doing the discharge phone calls one day. The staff was busy, and this was something that I had time to do, and so I did the discharge phone calls. And I got Mary on the phone, and we were having a delightful conversation. She was telling me how happy she was with the care at South Meadows, and things were very light. And I realized we needed to get serious about this phone call, and I said, all right, now I need to know, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Are you having any pain? And her first response was, no, I'm okay. And then she said, well, my calves hurt. And that, of course, made me immediately suspicious, because she'd had knee surgery, which puts you at risk for blood clots. The left one burns like fire. And that's not normal. And in fact, that's very concerning. So then I realized that we had something to be worried about, and that this was an emergency. She was going to expect a test that would look for a blood clot in her leg. Talked a little bit about what a blood clot was, and I was trying to explain things in a way that wouldn't scare her, but would make her understand that this was really, really very important. So we talked about what she was going to do and who she was going to call and what was going to happen. And then I told her I was going to call back in about an hour, because at this point now I was very invested in ensuring that she was safe and that things progressed as they should.
As Lyle said, we had a great conversation. I was enjoying myself. And all of a sudden, based on what she was saying and more how she was saying it, I felt like I really need to talk to this lady. She cares about what's really happening to me. And she just brought it to a point where I was, okay, I really need to tell her what's wrong. And if she hadn't done that, that's where our phone conversation would have ended. And I would have never had the appointment for the Doppler. And in the conversation we had towards the end, she was so calm in her direction that I actually, when I called the nurse in the surgeon's office, I just said, hi Jane, how are you? And she was also calm, but I was still up like there was nothing wrong, because it just wasn't, nobody frightened me. The chest x-ray showed the clot in my lung. Now, this is the thing that just absolutely amazes me. Without Lyle and the way she made that phone call, and without this doctor saying to me that final question, I would have gone home and may not be here today.
Everything we do is about patient safety. People are vulnerable. People who come here are vulnerable. And it's our charge to make sure they're safe. And discharge phone calls are one of the things we can do to ensure their safety.